Hello, friends. As always, welcome to our daily vlog. It's Saturday. It's very sunny and nice out. We are sitting in our favorite coffee shop, drinking coffee and tea. I'm not really sure what we're going to discuss today. Most likely life, love, or relationship. It will be a surprise. It's always a surprise. Our videos are never structured. We never think what we want to discuss in advance. So it's always very unexpected. Oh wow, it's windy today. My partner in crime is coming.
Oh, good morning. Good morning.
Hi. Sit closer to me. I've missed you.
Thanks. Yeah, I look very
And
good.
what are we going to discuss today?
The topic of this video today is very important. That would be the future. That's a very good topic, okay? The future, our future, and mostly your future. Your future is at stake. That's it. What do I mean? Okay, I can talk about the future for a long time. First of all, I want to share my observation on a book. Okay, the book it's called Getting Out of the Habit to Be Yourself. Well, it's very good book. It's 10 hours audio book. It's by Dr. Spinoza. It's a wonderful book and you should check it out. So this book generally discuss a lot of topics, but one of the topic is how to get the habit of being yourself, doing what you're doing, and moving to do something else. And of course, that is a very, very complex book. But if you read it, you will get it. So the idea there is very simple. You can create your future self now at the present moment. That is the essence of the book. And there are techniques about that, there are practices about that, meditations, all kinds of stuff. But it's also a very interesting book. So now I will tell you the future of this channel, Why Not Ask. I believe this channel is very important for you and for me, of course. I've been doing this channel for a while, maybe 4 years, something like this. So it is very important for this channel to go somewhere. Even if it doesn't go somewhere, I'm gonna continue doing it because I like it. And I will change the format. I've been changing the format a couple of times and it did not work. But I promise you I'm gonna change the format one more time and many more times. And the future is something to do with change. Very important. So let's get back to the book of getting out of the habits to be yourself. It has to be something with change. And in the book it says, like, not only in this book, but in all the books of wisdom and practices, we will always come to this phrase: the human mind, the human person, the human animal. The human is the only animal that has this thing called free will. That means you can change. That's all it means. It doesn't mean that anything else. The only being that we know of in this universe, for the moment, before the alien shows up, We are the only animal or the only entity that we know of that we have the free will to change. Yes, so change has to do with the future, a lot to do with the future. Now, if you change now in the present moment, your future will be different. Something like this, yes. It's a very, very good concept.
It has something to do with evolution. I think it's natural for all beings to evolve, to become better. Oh, what is this book about? Is it about not limiting yourself, but the idea of who you are?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. The idea is like there's a neuroscience proof, there is a quantum physics proof. It's very interesting book. It's 10 hours audio. I cannot explain everything because I will have to go to 50 hours review of the book itself. But there are a few concepts like I've heard this concept in multiple disciplines and in multiple books and in multiple observers. The concept is that we have free will. Free will means that we can change at any time. We are the only animal that have free will in the evolutionary ladder that we know for the moment. A monkey don't have free will. You know, the closest to us. You know how the scientists are saying 90.99.99% with the genetic thing. It's as though as we are chimpanzee or gorillas. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. That only does matter is the 0.0000 whatever percent. We are different genetically than monkeys that give us this power to entertain our free will. In neuroscience, that would be the prefrontal cortex. We are the only animal with prefrontal cortex, and the prefrontal cortex is your future self. If you exercise your intelligence in the prefrontal cortex, then you have free will. Therefore, you can construct your future, you can design your future, and then you can take action, and then you can go to your future self. That is kind of one of the concepts in the book. You have to do it now, you have to do it as though you are already in the future. Like all the books that I've been talking about, even in this channel, are somewhat something about that. You know, Bob Proctor is one guy that is talking a lot on that. There's like hundreds of guys now. It's so much in the consciousness of the people because of the internet, and the information is traveling very fast. So now we know. Now we know it's proven by science. It's whatever it's called, magic. You know, magic as I think Aldous Huxley said, if a technology gets to a super advanced level, it is indistinguishable than magic, something like this. But now we have technology, now we have communications, now we have fast channels. So another good idea is here, a good question today is, I'm just sorry that my mind is traveling everywhere, but good idea is when we'll be able to download skills in our heads, like computer programs. That book also is touching a lot on that, analyzing and comparing a human mind to a computer with operating system and programs, and it's about the subconscious mind and the body, and so much. But somewhat we are like robots. Let's say we are like, we don't want to use this word, but we are entities that have operating systems, and we have all these stuff, and sometimes we have to go deeper in the operating system, make changes in the settings so we can dictate our future. And the main idea of this whole thing is it's that your future, it is in your own hands, in your own mind, in your own power, and you can change for whatever you like to be. Like my mentor Jim Rohn say, if you don't like your zip code, just change it. You're not a tree. You know, you can take the train and go to Florida or whatever you want to go. Yeah, that's I said it. So the future of you and the future of I said about myself. I'm gonna work on this channel. I will continue financing till it get more audience. Time for advertisement. If you have a friend of mine that is interested in this stuff, Click the share button and send the video. That's it.
To a friend of yours. Speaking about future, maybe it sounds cliche, but future starts now. There's no future yet. Time-wise, there's it's just a man-made concept. The only thing we have is now. And if we think too much about future, we will lose our touch with present. Just a small observation. I'm not speaking. It's not about unimportance of changing yourself for future, but it's sometimes it's wise.
This book also touch on that subject that it say there's no future, it's a man-made concept, it's this and that, and it's only the present moment. But it also, this book gives you a clue how to work in the present moment to create your future self. That's the concept of the book. Yeah.
Yeah, human is a goal-oriented creature, and that's probably why we speak so much about future, because goal is something which is in future. It's not here, and probably it's easier for our brain to think about future and not to think about, hey, what I can do now.
Yeah, from another book, and not only from another book, but from many other books on the science. Your cat, for example, cannot see the future as we see it. They live in the present moment. Your dog can anticipate the food coming, but it's like a glimpse of the future. They can project a little bit, but not as we can project ourselves, to draw a picture of ourselves now and combine it with our intellect and emotions as well. The book is talking about this coherence wave of body and mind, the body, the intellect, and your emotions. It's very, very thrilling book to understand the mechanics about how to create your future self in this very moment. Right now we are talking about this. Yeah.
So if we speak about future today, what is your prediction for nearest future? For, let's say, what will be the most important technological breakthrough, let's say, for the next 5-10 years? What's your guess?
Yeah, I know. Thanks for asking me.
He's a grandson of Vanga.
Vanga. It's a mystical woman in a mystical country that predicted the future of the world. And anyway, you don't have to be a Nostradamus or Vanga to see the future. The future is right now, as we can see. By the way, just a little advertisement. I have a friend of mine, and maybe in the timeline that would be like 2 weeks ago, I believe. I made a video with him. His name is Alexi. And in that video, you should go like 2 weeks ago in my channel and see what he is talking about, the singularity. We was discussing the singularity, and he came up to this, not him, but him and his team, they came to this conclusion that singularity, because many people say when singularity is going to come. The proponents of this are Ray Kurzweil. They say about 34 years. Singularity is actually happening right now, and we don't even kind of know it. But once you realize this idea that singularity, it's right now in the present moment, it has been always in the past as well, you have a new perspective about life. So now let's say what's going to happen in the future. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know. All you have to do a little bit backwards in history and to see people predicted all these technological wonders like the cell phone. They was all predicted like 100 years ago in the dreams and in the dreams and the sci-fi books. So now they are here. So now what's going to happen in the very nearest future? Driverless cars. I can bet thousands of dollars on that. It will be illegal to drive a car with a driver license. That's going to happen 100% sure. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I'm seeing the future. I'm seeing the present moment, and it would be obsolete to have a driver license. That would be a stupid idea. It will be so stupid that they will even ban it as a document. You will be free to sit in your car and don't even say where you want to go. You will not be talking to the car. That's another thing. A lot of people say, yeah, I'm going to say to the car. No, you will sit in the car and the car will read your mind and it will know where to go. That's one thing. The car may not go through the actual roads, maybe go through Elon Musk channels. The Boring Company, it's not a rocket science. It is here. It is already, tunnels are dug through many areas. The test, it's proven to be the correct way of transporting the new way of future. Now, the computers will take over. That is a fact. We will have more computers to help us to make decisions. Some of the humans' flaws, like emotions, will not produce the best outcome for a future humanity. So big part of our decision making will be in the hands of the computers, because in that area artificial intelligence will do smarter decisions for us as whole, not as for individuals, but as a whole, the computers. So that's another trend. It's already here. You can check it on your cell phone. It's already there. Most of the people just don't use it. Artificial intelligence will be now. One more thing I want to say about the future. Sometimes the future comes into mysterious ways. For example, somebody found the Higgs boson, and they just spent billions of dollars to find this particle, right? But they never had practical application. Like when Einstein found the famous equation about energy, nobody knew that this will turn into atomic bomb. He was just guy that, wow, energy, matter, mc squared, blah blah blah, wow, big discovery. But later on, the practical guys like me, oh, look at that, it's a new beginning of new, what we're gonna build out of this mathematical equation? Oh, we're gonna build an atomic bomb. Sometimes it's a bad thing, sometimes something terrible will be built, but sometimes beautiful things will be built in the future based on present discoveries that now are happening and we don't even know. I give you an example. Many years, I think like 10 years ago or 5 years ago, I heard something about the future, and it was this guy talking, about construction, and he say it's a very stupid way to make square houses and to cut wood. Instead of, we have now genetic manipulated wood that will grow into houses. Yeah, beautiful concept. It may work, it may not work, but I think that's the natural way to use construction, to do construction. Instead of killing the forest, you can just manipulate the forest to build houses for you. Out of a tree and branches and stuff, you're gonna build a house with the roof, and who knows? That's the whole idea. Nobody knows the future, but the mechanisms about the future are happening now, and we can see glimpses of the future by observing what is the current state of technological wonders. But we don't know. Maybe tomorrow we'll discover something that will completely erase the human animal, or maybe we will go faster into the computers, like physically we can faster create the so-called what was the term? The term was I forgot. It's a way of downloading your mind into a computer, and it's a word, and it has been in development for the last 10 years. That's like 10 years. It's a big development. 10 years working on this methodology to take your mind, to download you into a computer. That has been also. So now imagine that people have been working this for the last 10 years. They're almost on the verge Some people say, hey, we need computing power, we need more computers, your brain is too much, your mind is too much. But who knows? Maybe tomorrow some guy will come up with some stupid equation to fit your brain into a chip, and you can send it to Mars, or
Has it ever crossed your mind that maybe this is life in the universe and we're a primitive form of life, and all life in universe is already non-physical, non.
that was also the book of this guy that I mentioned in the beginning of the talk is talking about Descartes and the debate about matter and mind and matter, and he says that according to it's not a new thing. According to at least 34 years, we now know that matter and mind are inseparated, and they are actually one and the same thing. That's another concept of this book, that the universal intelligence, it's uh, organizing organizing the visible universe, and the lowest form of energy is something that goes down to the density of solid matter. That is the concept, another concept that is not like a scientific theory, or that is like proven already by all the effects. So yeah, the future.
What do you think? When are we gonna be able to communicate to other civilizations in this universe? Do you think we should necessarily first invent the spaceships to be able to travel there physically, or it all can be done through technology, non-traveling technology?
It will be mostly done by non-traveling technology. Maybe that would be. Let's try to fantasize about the future. Maybe that would be some kind of innovation that will all of a sudden bring the aliens to us, and we don't have to travel to them. All the SETI project may turn out to be, one of these bad ideas. People are working on the SETI for the last, I don't know, 40 years or 30, 40 years. They are sending signals, but just imagine that some scientists come tomorrow with some little tweak on the laws of physics, and you say, hey, we don't have to go physically send radio waves to out there. We can just see what's in here, and oh, here are the aliens. They was all around us. I mean, not like the Illuminati aliens, like Donald Trump, for example, or other. We can just see them. We can just move to the fourth dimensions, like the yogic masters.
That's interesting. So your predictions were the driverless cars
Yeah, for
in the nearest future. Then it was the ability to download the human consciousness into a computer. And the next one,
And maybe we will fulfill the dream of one artist. I was reading a book when I was very young, and the name of the book is, I think it's a French author. The book was called The Cloud, and I mentioned this already. So the cloud was an entity that was approaching Earth, and it was very difficult to communicate with the cloud because the cloud was created by conscious beings, millions or trillions of beings, but we perceive them as one big entity. Maybe that is, this is a book written like 50 or I don't know, 50 years ago. So maybe we will just merge with each other in a very mysterious way. If I can download my mind into your mind, and you download
that would be a disaster.
well, there's a concept of separateness, that is me. Me is finishing here. At the end of my skin is me. But in a spiritual level, as the gurus are saying, there's no separation like that. But we may get there through technology. We may get there through some kind of, what would be the natural way. Yeah, Elon Musk working on Neuralinks. Neuralinks is fast bandwidth between your mind and the system. Now, the conspirator theorists would say once this is done, uh, the matrix will control all of us because we will be one whole thing, and the matrix will give us the orders. But may turn out that we will control the matrix. Who knows? Maybe because we will be 10 billion people, and maybe the matrix will not be able to control us. Maybe we will just reorganize ourselves to better communicate with each other, erasing all the differences between us. Maybe that will happen, if like, let's say racism. Let's talk about racism, big topic. I didn't know what is this racism before I came to America. But let's say if I can put myself in the position of a black person and experience all his psychological drama and all his racial memories of where they come from and slavery, all of this, I would be totally different person. I will take bits and pieces of his experience and they will become mine. And if we have this through technology, maybe the racism will just evaporate like a thin air. Maybe it's a good thing too, to go all together in the singularity as one mind. Who knows?
Well, this is the goal of many spiritual wisdoms. They are speaking about uniting the consciousness. Even Kabbalah, according to this mystical wisdom, the world was once one whole thing, and it was one big soul. Then it shattered to many pieces, and the ultimate goal of all the souls is to become one again. So yeah, it's not something new. It's as old as this world. We've been speaking for many minutes.
I've been speaking for many.
You've been speaking to many minutes.
Yes,
I
yes.
was
You
asking questions because the essence of this channel is questions.
just
Why
want
not
to
ask?
provoke you these thoughts. We just want to provoke you these thoughts because I believe by provoking people thoughts. I was just listening Joe Rogan this morning, and he say it doesn't matter how many people listen to hear it. It matters who you are. Maybe you are that guy that will be like listening to this information and a great idea will come in your mind. Maybe you're a scientist. Who knows? We just have to send a message. That's it. And the message is just ask more questions, be more curious. It's one thing I realized in life. It's never hurt to be more curious. That is one universal truth. The more curious you are, it never hurts. Like some people like to live in their shell and they don't like to ask the questions, and that very questions may be the key to their pleasure, success, happiness, whatever, but sometimes people are even afraid to ask the questions. That's a very, very dangerous proposition. And even sometimes the question is, let's say, on the top of their mind, but they are afraid to ask the questions because they maybe are afraid that they will find out something that is not good for them. Well, if you look at philosophically, as soon as you ask the questions, you already kind of know the reality. As soon as you ask the questions, you already...
Question usually contains the answer partially. So yeah, I agree that a good question is a 50% chance to get a right answer. Not 50% chance, but it increases your chance to get the right answer.
Maybe 99.999.
Probably. I
Who
don't know the
knows?
statistics. Yeah, it was a nice conversation here. Very...
Ask them about him or her future or their future.
Yeah, guys, what do you think about future as a concept, and what is your idea about our nearest future, or let's say, what do you think will happen in 100 years, and what do you guys think about changing yourself? What do you guys think about all this? Let us know in the comments below. It's very interesting. We'll promise to answer and to read all the comments. Yeah. It was a long video.
We may not read the
I
comments.
will read all the comments and I promise to answer them. So think today about your future self. And the future starts right now. Thank you for watching our videos. If you like them, please let us know in the comments below. Subscribe, share, or you may not. Thanks for watching.